Previously on Dragon Ball Shinken, decades after his first battle against the god of destruction Beerus, old Goku finally gets the chance for his long-awaited rematch. They begin the fight on planet Vegeta, where both Goku and Beerus prove to be two absolutely incredible fighters, endowed with great power and abilities as well. However, as their battle's power level escalates, the planet can no longer withstand the intensity of their clash. Goku takes Beerus off the planet, and their battle continues across the universe, and even into another dimension. Realizing he's at a disadvantage, Beerus becomes extremely angry, and decides to unleash his final form, his Hakai form, which, according to Whis, he hasn't used in countless years. Now the god of destruction of Universe 7 will finally use his full power. Will Goku be able to endure this fight, and what damage will this battle bring to the universe? Find out now. Hakai. Episode 7, The Final Battle of Goku and Beerus, Part 2. Beerus finally reveals his ultimate form, with his already dark skin glowing even darker, and his face takes on a much wilder aspect as a dense and intense aura of destruction energy emanates from his body. Old Goku observes the Destroyer's transformation with seriousness and caution, undoubtedly understanding that this is not something to be underestimated. At a certain distance, Vegeta and Whis watch everything, with Vegeta impressed by the intensity of Beerus' energy, as well as the bloodlust he's demonstrating in this moment. Whis states that Beerus is an extremely proud guy, and all the attacks Goku landed on him wounded his ego deeply, so now he undoubtedly desires Goku's blood more than anything else. Vegeta mentions that even though he lived with Beerus for many years, and was even trained by him, he never had the chance to see Beerus fight seriously. In almost all the time they spent together, Beerus never got truly furious, so it's a big novelty for him to see his master in this state. Speaking to Goku, Beerus tells him to prepare himself because he's about to witness the true face of Beerus the Destroyer. Goku was about to respond, but he's suddenly taken by surprise as Beerus in the blink of an eye is already in front of him, landing a tremendously powerful punch to his stomach. Beerus' punch is so strong that it creates a massive shockwave around them, causing Goku to release blood from his mouth while letting out a muffled groan. Following that, Beerus lands an equally powerful punch with his other hand, sending the old Saiyan flying very, very far away. Goku embarks on a forced journey through space, traversing the vastness of the vacuum at a speed so high that his body is surrounded by light. In the form of a light beam, he travels a billions of times the speed of light. Goku traverses an entire solar system before colliding with a small planetoid that's simply shattered by the impact of the collision. But the journey doesn't stop, and he continues for millions of light years until he collides with the star this time, which upon being struck by the Saiyan, disappears in a cosmic explosion. Thrown by the explosion's impact, Goku travels for more thousands of light years until reaching a moon and splitting it in two, then crashing onto the planet to which the moon belonged. Goku falls onto the desert ground of the planet face down, but before he can get up, the god of destruction stomps on his back, sending Goku crashing through the entire planet with him. The two simply go from one side of the planet to the other, leaving a trail of destruction in its center before returning to space. Once in space again, Beerus grabs Goku, hurls him back to the planet, and then unleashes a powerful wave of destruction energy that obliterates the poor planet entirely. Yet it's not just that planet that disappears. The impact of the explosion also destroys some neighboring planets. As he approaches with Whis to keep watching the fight, Vegeta notices that Beerus is genuinely furious and won't spare any effort to destroy Goku. Whis agrees, stating that it seems Goku really wounded his pride. After the planet's explosion, Goku can be seen again, and to Beerus' surprise, he's not as injured as one might think, with only a few not-so-serious scratches on his body and a bit of blood escaping from his mouth and nose due to Beerus' punches. Goku smiles and compliments Beerus, saying that his strength and speed have increased in an impressive way. Beerus tells Goku to stop acting calm and says that he must be very concerned after seeing his power. Goku responds that in truth, he's not so surprised, since he always expected Beerus to be extremely powerful, and he knew that Beerus would never disappoint him in a fight. Beerus complains about Goku continuing to talk as if he knows him, but changes the subject and asks if Goku isn't going to transform. He says that if Goku is truly a Saiyan, given his power level, he should have power transformations, as one of the main advantages of Saiyans in their transformations. Goku tells Beerus that he's a bit different from other Saiyans, and that he has actually reached a level of understanding of his own power where he no longer needs to transform his body to access all of his power. Goku explains that he can unleash the power of all his transformations without changing his appearance, In fact, there's only one exception to this, which is his final form. Beerus says that in that case he wants to see this so-called final form of Goku, but Goku says that he doesn't need to use his full power against Beerus yet. And if Beerus wants to see his final form, he'll have to prove himself worthy. Beerus becomes very angry and asks who Goku thinks he is to say that the God of Destruction has to prove himself worthy of anything. He lunges forward with all his fury to land an attack on Goku, but to his surprise, Goku defends against the attack. Afterward, Beerus tries again, but Goku dodges the second strike and counters, pushing Beerus away. This leaves the Destroyer extremely surprised, and he asks how Goku did that since not long ago he wasn't even able to react to his attacks. Goku says it's quite simple, he just increased his power to match Beerus. Beerus becomes furious with this revelation and asks if that means Goku was holding back in the fight all this time. Goku confirms, saying that he was, and he adds that he's still holding back since he hasn't used his final form yet. Beerus becomes crazed with anger and while emanating his energy uncontrollably, charges at Goku, who charges back at him. The collision between the two is so intense that it creates a shockwave that spreads through space, disrupting distant planets and even affecting the gravity of nearby stars. Each punch, each blow they exchange, releases a torrent of energy that tears through the fabric of the universe around them. The battlefield becomes a scene of cosmic destruction, with energy bursts unleashed with every moment. The vacuum of space is charged with the electricity of the battle, and each of their movements caused cosmic earthquakes that rippled through entire galaxies. All the planets in the universe tremble in response, while stars briefly flicker due to the released energy. Goku and Beerus are now beyond the realm of conventional understanding, fighting on a level that defies the laws of physics. Vegeta realizes that once again Universe 7 is in danger because of this fight, and asks Whis if Beerus doesn't care about destroying the entire universe with this battle. Whis explains that when Beerus reaches this stage, it's because he's completely consumed by the desire for destruction, and at this point, he can't think of anything else but destroying his opponent. Whis says that now he cares for nothing but destruction. Vegeta recalls that Beerus told him many years ago while teaching him Hakai. At that time, Beerus said that the power of destruction precisely consists of not thinking about or caring about anything other than destruction. That's exactly what he's doing now. Realizing the risks the universe is facing, Goku decides to take control of the situation by blocking one of Beerus's punches, and taking advantage of this moment of contact, teleports them away from there. They reappear in a strange dimension where all that seems to exist are basic geometric shapes, like cubes, polygons, and others. But not bothered by the strangeness of the place, they continue their exchange of blows. Goku, who has been holding his breath all this time, starts to feel uncomfortable. Beerus notices this and comments that finally Goku's mortal physiology is taking its toll, but he has no intention of letting Goku go somewhere to breathe, since leaving planet Vegeta was Goku's choice. But Goku smiles and says he doesn't need permission, and then he delivers a kick to Beerus and sends him flying away, causing the Hakaishin to collide with the strange objects in that dimension and destroy hundreds of them. After that, Goku performs the teleportation. On planet Vegeta, Yamoshi, Kakarot, and King Vegeta are still in the same spot they were when the others left. At that moment, they can only feel the impacts of the ongoing battle through the cosmic tremors that have also affected planet Vegeta. All three of them are completely shocked by everything that happened, and they fear for the destruction of the entire universe. Suddenly, they're startled when Goku appears there through a teleportation. Goku starts breathing deeply while showing a relieved expression. They ask him what the hell is going on, but Goku responds that there's no time to explain yet, and then simply teleports away again. When he reappears in that dimension, at first he doesn't see Beerus, but shortly afterward, he notices a gigantic spear of energy approaching from behind him, destroying many of the geometric objects in that dimension. Goku dodges the energy spear and then has to defend against a strike from Beerus that follows right after. As they resume exchanging blows, it's evident that Beerus is extremely furious, and he demands to know how Goku dares to keep him waiting for those seconds. Beerus throws a punch filled with rage at Goku, and both the power and speed of this attack catches Goku off guard. Goku counters the punch with one of his own, and when their fists collide, that dimension shatters. They find themselves in an extremely chaotic world full of demons. Ignoring the change of scenery, Beerus charges at Goku with an endless sequence of strikes, forcing Goku to retreat while trying to defend and counter. Goku notices that Beerus's power is still increasing, and he's impressed by this. Beerus finds an opening and lands a kick on Goku, sending him flying. But before Goku gets too far, Beerus extends his hand and stops him using telekinetic force. When Goku stops, the Hakaishin pulls him back while winding up a forceful punch. At the same time, various demons in that world approach them, craving their blood and flesh. However, when Goku reaches Beerus, the God of Destruction hit him with a powerful punch to the chest, and the impact of that punch obliterates all those demons around him, causing their bodies to disintegrate in the air. After taking that blow, blow, Goku is momentarily paralyzed due to the pain, and shortly afterward, he coughs up his own blood. Taking advantage of this moment, Beerus capitalizes on their proximity and contact, opens the hand that already on Goku's chest, releasing an aura of destruction energy that envelopes Goku's body and immobilizes him. After doing this, the Hakaishin steps back and tells Goku that the fight was very interesting, and that he hadn't had that much fun in countless years, but unfortunately it's time to end it. Beerus shouts, "Hakai!" and a massive explosion occurs. Beerus smiles, already considering himself victorious. However, in the next second, he's completely shocked to see that Goku is still alive and intact. Despite some injuries, Goku breathes a sigh of relief and tells Beerus that if he hadn't increased his power in the last instant, he would have been torn apart. Beerus asks how the hell that could be possible. He insists that attack had enough power to eliminate any god of destruction without a shadow of a doubt. Goku responds that unfortunately for Beerus, he'll have to try a bit harder than that. Goku points his hand at Beerus, and to Beerus' complete shock, the Hakaishin is completely paralyzed by the psychic strength of the Saiyan. After doing this, Goku says it's time to return the favor with that punch. He pulls Beerus toward him while simultaneously moving toward Beerus at full speed, preparing a punch charged with an immense amount of force. When they finally collide, Goku unleashes a punch with an absurd amount of force to Beerus' chest, and the force of the punch is so enormous, that the entire demonic dimension is utterly destroyed, and all that's left is a vast blank space where Goku keeps his fist pressed against Beerus' chest. Beerus coughs up a large amount of blood, paralyzed by the pain. After landing this attack on Beerus, Goku steps back to give him space and time to recover. For a few seconds, Beerus remains motionless with an expression that seems to mix with intense pain with profound shock. But after these seconds, he had to assimilate the situation. The God of Destruction snapped back into consciousness with tremendous fury, beginning to unleash an even more intense and sinister energy. Now the energy radiating from the God of Destruction is even more oppressive, and his presence is overwhelming. Vegeta and Whis finally arrive in that dimension again thanks to Vegeta's teleportation, who complains that Goku and Beerus are shifting from one place to another so rapidly that it's hard to keep up. When they arrive and realize the stage Beerus is at now, the two are greatly surprised. Vegeta notices that the bloodlust Beerus is displaying is even greater, and he feels that he's facing a primitive beast of pure energy. Whis comments that he's never seen Beerus reach such a level of fury, and it seems like now he's truly going all out. Goku also seems to understand that things are more serious than ever now, and he looks at Beerus with a serious expression. Goku suggests to Beerus that they should go to the world of Void, where they can fight without any concerns. Beerus responds by saying that at that moment he doesn't care about anything at all, but says that if that will make Goku fight more seriously, then they can do it. Goku takes them there in an instant using teleportation, and they are immediately followed by Vegeta and Whis, again thanks to Vegeta's teleportation. Without wasting any time, as soon as they arrive in the world of Void, Beerus attacks. He reaches Goku, releasing a sequence of completely furious attacks, of which Goku defends and dodges with great difficulty. But Goku doesn't let this disadvantage last for long, and he immediately raises his power to balance with his opponents. They exchange an incredibly rapid sequence of blows, each punch and kick unleashing explosions of energy that create devastating shockwaves. Goku manages to land a very strong attack on Beerus, who clearly feels a lot of pain. However, surprising Goku with increased strength and speed, Beerus immediately counters with an even stronger attack that also inflicts a lot of pain on Goku. After landing this attack on him, Beerus gains the advantage once again, but this advantage doesn't last long, as Goku raises his ki again and manages to hit Beerus. However, once again the power of the Destroyer grows, and he lands another blow on Goku, regaining the upper hand. Seeing all of this, Vegeta is greatly surprised and asks Whis how Beerus is becoming so much stronger so quickly. Whis says that Beerus' fighting spirit has been elevated to the maximum, and the more Goku pushes him, the more he succumbs to the chaos of battle and destruction, and the stronger he becomes. This is even more extreme when Beerus takes an attack from Goku, as the excruciating pain from the Saiyan's attacks drives him further into a frenzy of battle. Vegeta compares this to what happens when he's using Ultra Ego, though it seems that Beerus uses this concept much more effectively, which is to be expected, since, unlike him, Beerus has no moral barriers when it comes to destruction. Whis explains that since becoming a Hakaishin, Beerus has been training to evolve these concepts, and over time he shed more and more of the moral restraints he had when he was just a mortal. The result is that he's reached a state of great moral neutrality, and this has helped him with both Ultra Instinct and his power of destruction. In the case of Ultra Instinct, Beerus was unable to fully master the technique due to his difficult personality. For him, completely letting go of any emotion and maintaining a constant state of neutrality is simply impossible. However, in the case of the power of destruction, Beerus excelled much more. as it's inherent to his nature to surrender to fury when necessary, especially when his immense pride is wounded. Whis concludes his explanation by saying that among all the gods of destruction, Beerus is undoubtedly the most powerful. After hearing everything Whis has just explained, Vegeta understands why this reality's Beerus is stronger than the Beerus in his own reality. The reason is that this version of Beerus never stopped training. In other words, this Beerus is at the peak that the Beerus he knows should be at. Goku and Beerus clash once again, their auras of power colliding in a spectacular manner. They separate for a brief moment, both gasping for breath, but the determination in their eyes is unwavering. The battle so far has only fueled the thirst for victory in both of them. Beerus smiles widely, baring his teeth as his aura expands even further. He advances once again, launching a series of brutal attacks towards Goku, who struggles to dodge and block. Each of Beerus's blows is an explosion of pure energy capable of shattering entire planets. However, Goku is no longer just defending, he's raising his power once again and manages to respond to the destroyer's attacks. Goku's strikes are now more precise, faster, and loaded with unmatched power. He's not only reacting, but also counter-reacting with determination. A powerful blow from Goku manages to hit Beerus, causing the destroyer to slightly recoil and grunt in pain. But before Goku can capitalize on this advantage, Beerus retaliates with even greater force, hitting Goku with a devastating blow that makes him scream in pain and be thrown through the air. Goku regains balance in the air and unleashes a majestic wave of power toward Beerus. The destroyer manages to defend himself, but the impact of the explosion forces him to retreat. Goku seizes the opportunity to approach again, exchanging a series of rapid and powerful blows with Beerus. The energy released by these strikes creates a whirlwind of power around them. While watching, Vegeta can't help but be impressed by Beerus' performance and says that he has truly reached the pinnacle of the power of destruction. However, this is still insufficient before the Shinken. As they exchange blows, Goku begins to land more attacks on Beerus, who, as he receives these blows, increases his power even more. However, even as he increases his power, Beerus can no longer retaliate, and he increasingly receives stronger and more precise attacks from Goku that cause significant damage to his body. Beerus becomes very frustrated and irritated because even though he's giving it everything he has, he can no longer land a hit on Goku. He asks why this is happening and why he can't hit Goku anymore. While continuing the battle with the Hakai, Goku compliments Beerus, saying that he's incredible, even more than he imagined. He states that Beerus has truly reached the pinnacle of power as a god of destruction, and if anyone represents this class well, it's him. However, dodging a strike from Beerus, Goku lands a direct hit to his abdomen, hitting so hard that he actually dents Beerus' body. With his hand sunk into the destroyer's belly, Goku continues speaking, saying that while Beerus represents the ultimate power of a god of destruction, the level of power he has achieved goes far beyond that. Beerus interrupts Goku's speech, trying to counter with a retaliatory strike, but Goku once again dodges and responds with a punch to the face that also dents the cat god's face. While Beerus is stunned by his attack, Goku continues speaking, explaining that since he attained the Shinken, he is far beyond those traditional scales of power, and simple concepts like surrendering to fury and destruction are insufficient to reach his level of power. Beerus becomes completely furious upon hearing this, and recovering from the stun of the punch he just took, he backs away from Goku and begins concentrating all his power into an attack. He shouts at Goku to never underestimate the power of a god of destruction. Beerus yells, "Hakai!" and then an incredibly powerful beam of purple energy cuts through the empty space towards Goku, who, as he watches the attack approaching, sighs as he realizes that Beerus still hasn't understood what he means, and he decides that he will show him. In the next moment, a massive explosion occurs in the void of the world of emptiness, an explosion containing such a ridiculously high amount of power that even that world's reality barriers are shaken, with countless dimensional rifts emerging from the shockwave that reverberates throughout that dimension. And when the explosion subsides, Beerus realizes that Goku is simply unscathed, but something is different about him. A new form has just been revealed, his supreme form. Beerus is shocked to understand that the simple release of Goku's power in that transformation was enough to overpower that attack containing the rest of his power. Whis, seeing that form, comprehends what is happening. Goku has indeed achieved the Shinken, the supreme understanding of power, and in his case, his form using the Shinken is represented by his greatest ability, Ultra Instinct. In other words, that is Goku's supreme form of Ultra Instinct, something not even he, Whis, has achieved yet. Vegeta confirms everything the angel says and states that for many decades, Goku trained diligently to reach that stage, and thanks to the help of their own Whis from their reality, he succeeded. Seeing that form before him, Beerus immediately understands that this is a completely superior and supreme level, something that no matter how hard he tries, he won't be able to defeat. Finally realizing that this was a lost battle, the Universe 7's God of Destruction gives up, returning to his base form. Goku also regresses to his base form and then mentions that at least Beerus achieved what he wanted, which was to make him reveal his final form. But Beerus retorts that Goku only showed his transformation to make him realize everything and stop the fight. He wasn't actually forced to use that power. Seeing that it's all over, Whis and Vegeta approach the two. Whis suggests that now that everything is fine, they can stop and talk a bit about what's happening. Beerus agrees and expresses his curiosity about who Goku and Vegeta are and how they can be so powerful as mere Saiyans. Goku agrees to explain everything to them, but Vegeta notices that among the dimensional rifts that were opened during Goku and Beerus' battle, there's one in particular that is identical to the one that opened when he and Goku were transported to this alternate reality. At that moment, Vegeta grabs Goku and carries him while stating they need to leave before the dimension rift closes. Beerus and Whis obviously don't understand what's happening. As Vegeta carries him, Goku, somewhat embarrassed, bids them farewell and thanks them for the fight. And then the two enter the small dimensional rift and disappear completely. Beerus and Whis remain silent, trying to process what just happened. Beerus asks Whis if he thinks they'll come back. Who knows, the angel responds. A beam of light opens up in a forest, and from this beam of light emerge Goku and Vegeta. When they look around, they immediately realize they are on Earth and become very happy, believing that it worked and they finally returned. But suddenly their attention is drawn as they sense a very powerful key approaching, and the owner of that powerful key leaps from one of the trees and lands near them. The one who just landed wielding a magical staff points the staff at Goku and Vegeta, ordering them to identify themselves immediately. For a moment, Goku and Vegeta are so shocked that they don't say anything, and they simply observe the strange being that just appeared. However, upon noticing the curious being holding the magical staff, Goku's childhood image comes to mind, and at that moment he freaks out, exclaiming that he turned into a monkey. After finding an exit from the strange reality they were in, Goku and Vegeta ended up encountering an even stranger reality, where Goku is literally a monkey. Where are they now, and what kind of craziness will this new world bring? Find out in the upcoming episodes of Dragon Ball Shinken.